What an intro. Love that new intro. Shout out to Big Show on that new intro. What's going on, guys? Welcome in PGA Pub Hub. We're here. We're live, breaking it down again. Myself, Conor Mac, just getting off the flight from Oregon. Good to see you back, Conor.
I'm good. I'm well rested.
He's
ready to
fresh.
rock for last night. Let's rock it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so we're coming off last week there. We're close in the Mexican Open. Nate Lashley actually was one of my better shots that I had this week. 110-1. He was in the mix, but John Rahm, he did what, I think in the show we were saying he could very well run away with it, and he did there. -7 to start there, Conor, from, gate to wire, as they say in horse racing. He just played, I don't even want to say he had his A-plus game. He just played well enough to beat the field.
Held on Sunday there. Kind of just held on for the W. Yep.
Exactly. Because Tony Finau, shout out to Tony. I think he was 63 or something. He came out of nowhere. Almost came into the mix there. So some golfers are playing well. We got the PGA Championship coming up in a couple weeks down in Tulsa there. What is it? Southern Hills there, Conor, I think it is.
Yeah, in Tulsa. Southern Hills. It's been a minute since they've been there.
Yeah. Tiger Woods, I believe, was the last one to win down there in 2005. I think it was
really.
Tiger. I think it was. Don't
I remember him winning there,
but I believe it was Tiger. Top of my head there, guys. So that's what's coming up this week, though. We got the Wells Fargo Open championship. Sorry, not the Open. It's a championship. The field, I don't know if it's a championship field. It's a decent field. You got Rory McIlroy leading the field here, guys. I'll go over the field really quickly. Corey Connors, Tony Finau, Fitzpatrick, Answer, Bradley, Henley, Hatton, Power, Woodland, Homa, Young. Not a bad field. Rory, though, he's plus 850. He's a heavy favorite. Next closest I've seen here at my book is 20-1 on Corey Connors. So similar almost to last week. Not as bad as plus 450 on Rahm. That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen a golfer go with that low.
And then he won. I almost took him first round because I had him on the prize picks. But and Patrick Reed got me. And then he had a shitty weekend, which was fitting for him. We'll talk a little bit about him in a minute. But but he was 16-1 first round leader. So I thought that was a decent. I didn't bet it. And there's a bunch of guys there.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a 4-way chop job there. So let's move on to this week, guys. Wells Fargo Championship. It's TPC Potomac. It's the first time they're going to be at this course since 2018 when there was the Quicken Loans Championship. Molinari won that one. I believe he's in this field again, and Kyle Stanley won in 2017. Other than that, there's not a lot of course stats, course history on this golf course. They're going to be playing in Maryland too. It's going to be the first bent grass you're going to see too, Conor. Bent grass, you got bent grass greens, tees, fairways. There's elevation changes. It kind of actually reminds me of being up in Canada. So wink, wink, nudge, nudge. One of the golfers there at the top of the leaderboard, I think he could be on our six pack just because when you get elevation and looking at this course there, Conor, too, the fairways are big and are wide. Sorry. And when it's going to be playing soft, I'm kind of all over the place right now, but when it's playing soft, the weather, guys, it's going to be raining. It's going to be it's going to be cold even on Saturday. It's not going to be the nicest. So it's going to be playing really soft. I think that's going to be advantage to the ball strikers. Necessarily putting, you're going to be hitting putts maybe a little harder than you necessarily would. Colder weather, greens are going to be wetter. So and when you have elevation changes, the rough is going to be very important. You're going to have to avoid the rough for the most part, especially off the tee, Conor. It really reminds me of a course, Black Bear Ridge here in Canada. And just telling you that if you get into the rough, it looks like awkward lies too. It's on an old farm too, guys. This is on Anvil Farms in Maryland. So it's a farm course. There's going to be some awkward lies if you're not on the fairway. So I think that's going to be really important there, Conor. It's 7,100 yards, par 72. You're missing 2 par 5s. You're going to have 12 par 4s, only 2 par 5s, and 4 par 3s. So par 4 scoring right away, you're going to have to take advantage of that. Par 5s are 619, 560. Handicap 11 and 8, so not the toughest. 619 though, that's going to be a trek. And if the course is playing soft, then you're gonna have to definitely take advantage of some distance off the tee. And if you're in the rough, then you're going to be laying up. No spin coming out of the rough too, so it's not as bad when the greens are really soft, so you don't have to worry about them really rolling off. But you're going to want to be able to take advantage of it. I think Conor is going to be some distance, even though it's a shorter course. Just when it's playing so soft, you're not going to get much roll. So par 4s, guys. You have one that's 482 yards, bomb. 467, 470, 490, 465. Those are par fours. So right away, and you're not going to get much roll there, Connor, either, brother. Friday, there's a chance of rain in the afternoon. Saturday is going to be awful. 50 Fahrenheit. It's going to feel like 44, they're saying, by the afternoon with rain and 14 to 20 mile an hour gusts. So Saturday could even get rained out. Sunday's going to be fine. And then Monday's going to be fine too. So we could even possibly be seeing a Monday finish here, buddy.
Yeah, correct. And it'll be wet. It should be wet for those early guys out Thursday morning because there's rain late night into the early morning, thunderstorms on Wednesday. So
what's going on, Transcan? Big Mac.
That's my guy, Trans.
Yeah, it's great chatting with them there on Kiwam there. Shout out to Kiwam coming through there. We're talking about them on the late night Discord there, guys. If you're not already on that, check it out. We were talking Kiwam. Even the under, we had no run first inning, cashed that. We cashed the under. We had Kiwam first 5, so that was a good way to wake up. Yeah, buddy. But yeah, this course, you're going to have to emphasize on tee to green. Rough is thick too by the looks of things, so you're going to want to avoid it. No spin out of the fairway, none out of the rough. And you're going to want to be comfortable on bent grass. This will be the first time playing on bent grass, Connor. So putters that have been putting well so far this year, I'm going to kind of cut that rate out. I'm going to look at course history. Being 3M and the John Deere. Those are the 2 courses I think are going to be a good comparison from last year, both on bent grass, similar field, and also TPC Potomac from 2017, 2018 to see what golfers did play well then. So I'm going to get right into it, guys. Some stats here for you. Tee to green this year. Rory's the best. Fitzpatrick, Henley, List, Bradley, Connors, Casey Mitchell, Laird, Homa, Leishman, Garcia, Knox, Fino, and Vegas ran out the top 15, along with I have all the way down to 29. I might as well go on with the rest of them. Young, Woodland, Duncan, Glover, Neesmith, Kim, Siwoo, that is, Hatton, Steele, Simpson, Power, Gim, Streelman, Damon, and Rye. So those are golfers that I think have one of those golfers are probably going to win this. Strong tee to green. And then looking at the 3M and the John Deere there, Connor, Henley was T11 last year at the John Deere. His putting wasn't necessarily that strong. So he really relied on his tee to green. List was 4th, but again, his tee to green is what got him there. Keegan, he was T39 at the 3M, minus 1.12 strokes on the putting surface. But when I look at Keegan Bradley at this course, Connor, back in 2017, he was T5. So
yeah,
he does also putt well on bent grass. Looking back to the Canadian Open,
for him.
What's that?
Well, I said for him. Yeah, this is probably his best. Yeah,
for him, like he's one of those guys. It's like red. Oh, what's the green? Oh, look at that Canadian Open or something, or even the Zozo. Zozo's another good comparison too. That was also on bent grass. So this guy Keegan Bradley, he was the number 1 putter too at the 2018 Canadian Open at Glen Abbey. He finished 4th in that. So he's a golfer that's playing well. He's itching to get there. So he's a guy I think you'd want to look out for. Another one, even Keith Mitchell. He was T5 at the 3M last year, and he gained 1.79 strokes on the putting surface. That's huge, in my opinion there. His putting, if he's comfortable on the bent grass up there, I don't see why it won't transfer over. Looking at Mitchell, he hasn't played at this course, but he's had well at the last few years, Wells Fargo. T3, different courses, you're right. But, 2021, he was T3, and 19, he was T8. So, and if this goes well with that, he's a guy I got circled. Absolutely. Yeah, this is the first time they're playing this event. Usually it is at Quail Hollow. It's the first time since 2017 I have Connor. It was at Eagle Point last time. And Rory did win it at Quail Hollow. Abraham Answer coming second. But yeah, some other guys that have done well. Vegas, Jonathan Vegas. At first I saw him scratched on the DK, on DFS. I saw him out, but that's changed since then. He's playing. I think it's a good thing he is playing because he was second, Connor, at the 3M. And then he was T11 at the John Deere last year, too, gaining strokes on the putting surface, 0.52, 0.8. Camellia.
You're on it. Vegas. You're on it, my guy.
Jonathan Vegas. He also, looking at the 2018 Canadian Open, he was T29 plus 1.08 strokes on the putting surface. He likes putting on the bent grass. This is a guy, he can take advantage of his distance as well. Shout out to Jose. This is Venezuelan's finest on the golf course next to Jose. Shout out to his swing there. It's very nice. You should see Jose's swing, actually. It's not a bad little swing he's got going on. But Jonathan Vegas, I think he's got a really good shot. He has good stats, just looking at the course comparisons.
Yeah.
And he has not played this course. Yeah, no, he has not played this course. So that's okay. I still think he should fit the mold here quite well. So along with Seamus Power, guys, this is a number. I'm kind of going into my 6-pack as I talk about this. He was 50 to 1, Connor. I was in a seminar and I checked the number like earlier when Bet365 dropped it 50 to 1, checked it 2 hours later, 35 to 1. Seamus
He's
Power.
30 now. Even some spots 28.
30. So people are hammering Seamus Power.
Yes.
And I think this course will fit him. He was T8 at the John Deere last year, gaining 1.2 strokes on the putting surface. Not bad. But looking at the Canadian Open in 2019, he missed the cut, but he was plus 2.0 on the putting surfaces. Like his tee to green must have been just awful, but his putter was damn hot. He likes putting on bent grass, and he's a golfer that's just playing really well, coming off a win last year. He's going to have to he is going to be on the card, guys. I'll get to the 6-pack. And also looking at what he did at this course, he's played here before, T53 and a T38. So he knows the course too. Likes to play, seems to up here on bent grass, coming over from Ireland. So I like Seamus Power. I think he's going to have a good shot just looking at his numbers. And that's pretty much all I got there, Connor. You got anything there? I'm going to get in my 6-pack if not.
You've already nailed guys I have. I just don't know. Yeah, Power's probably going to be a play for me to win it. But Mitchell and Vegas were listed.
Yeah.
Answer. I'll go through some of the rest and then get into the value. But yeah, you're looking up everything I'm looking up.
Yeah, as Cam Stewart would say, I'm reading your mail.
Yep.
That's it. Par 4 scoring, guys. That's going to be huge here. 12 par 4s. Like I said, 5 of them were over 460 yards. So one guy here that's number 1 par 4 scoring this year, Connor, and he does play well up here in Canada, is Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar was T4 at the Canadian Open, and then he missed the cut, but he's been gaining strokes all over the place on the bent grass. Looking at Kuchar, I believe he played. No, he did not. He has not played at this course from what I'm seeing. But Matt Kuchar, guys, he's 3.93 par 4 scoring, so he's almost averaging par or better, best on the tour this year. Next to Corey Connors, who's 3.95. I think he's got a good shot. Power, Seamus Power. Good reason why his number dropped. He's 3.95 as well. Cameron Young, Ryan Armour. I'm going to get into all of them here, guys. Par 4 scoring leaders. Brian Harmon, Denny McCarthy, Chase Seifert, Joel Damon, Russell Henley, Nate Lashley, Abraham Answer, Mark Leishman, List, Mitchell, Schwab, Vegas, and Bradley. Those are some guys that all average at least par or better, 3.99 or better on the par 4 scoring. So with that being said, let's get into the old juicy 6-pack, guys. We're doing another one of these. It's not as much chalk, or there's more chalk. It's like I ordered a case of chalk this week, guys. I don't know what's going on, but I had pretty much guys written down, and I was just hoping to get numbers, at least one of them in the 80 to 90 range, but that wasn't the case. 6-pack here. We're going to start it off with our guy, Corey Connors. I just think this course he's going to feel comfortable here. He's playing really good golf. If it's playing wet too, the course is going to be playing soft. He's going to be able to he's not going to have to worry about fast greens. He doesn't seem to play well in fast greens, softer greens. He's 20 to 1, guys, at the book I'm available to get it at. I think he still is 20 to 1 there, Connor. I think he's going to feel comfortable here on bent grass. He's a Canadian golfer. This is right up our alley. Just looking at the golf course and being an avid golfer, I think he's going to be very comfortable here. He's playing good golf as well. It just comes down to this guy's putter. He was also T41 at this event back in 2018, so he has played it. I do like to see that. And Corey Connors, guys, shout out to the Canadian compadre. He's 20 to 1 outright first round leader. Connor 35 to 1. And then T10, we're taking a T10 on Corey Connors this week at plus 275.
I don't blame you. I think I'm going to stay off. I just think he's too much.
He's a bit of
too
chalk.
Short for me. Yeah, too much chalk there. But hey, the guy is a great golfer, and the stats are great on it. I'm going to stay off him, though. I think Connors, and this could bite me, but Connors, Henley, Fitzpatrick, even Leishman, I just can't take these guys, at 20 to 1 around that range. So I'm going to lay off, but hey, I don't blame you. Sometimes the chalk, look at last week, it's 4 to 1 or even plus 350. I saw, with Rom and got it done. So
yeah. No, absolutely. And I'm just looking at Corey Connors. He's been T11 since the honor of Palmer, T26,
he's been
third,
good.
T35, 6th, and 12th. His putting's been, it's his putter that hasn't been able to get him that W, but his approach off the tee is just exactly what you need at a golf course like this. So I'm going to trust Corey to get his first win. And, geez, I think it'd be in his career, would it not there, Connor? Or since
I think so.
Since 2019, he won the Valero. So
he won the Valero. I didn't think he won on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, no, I'm just seeing here. Yeah, I'm looking up on old data golf there. Gained 2.8 strokes on the approach and 0.55 on the putting surface. So he just needs to get the putter going somewhat. And I think Corey Connors, he's a little bit of chalk. It was between him and Fitzpatrick, guys. I left Fitzpatrick out. I have a DFS lineup. He is going to be in. I'll get to that near the end. But I think it was between those two. I just think Fitzpatrick, if you do miss the green here, guys, you're going to have to be crafty because you're going to have awkward lies. They're Scottish-style bunkers from what I'm reading. So I think some guys overseas will play well. And Fitzpatrick, I said at the beginning of the year, I said him and Scotty Scheffler are going to win this year. Well, Scheffler definitely won. Next is Fitzpatrick. So I hope it's not this week, but I'm going to trust Corey Connors and him, his golf game right now. So moving on, Keegan Bradley, he is the next one on the card, 35-1. I got him at. Again, a little bit of chalk this week, guys. 50-1 first round leader and plus 375 top 10. Just playing really good golf right now. He's T39 at the 3M, which is good course comparison. He was T5 too at this course, guys, back in 2017. He's playing really good golf. He's got a funny swing. He looks like he's almost on the shitter. Like he's getting really right down there, but he seems to putt really well. It all comes down to a putter again for this guy. Similar to Connors, they're really good tee to green. They should be in the fairway more times than not. It's going to be, what I love that for these guys is because they're going to be able to stick it there, Connor, like right near the green, right near the hole. If it's playing soft, like especially up here in this time of the year, the courses are really still swampy kind of. It's not like that ices or the snow's melting still, but and if there's going to be rain, you're going to want to be having ball strikers on those second shots because, like I'm talking, guys are probably going to have like 7-8 footers, a lot of birdies, 7-8 footers, because it's just the ball's literally going to stick right into the green more likely than not. So I like Keegan Bradley there. Next one on the card is going to be Keith Mitchell. I know you're talking about Keith Mitchell. I'm going to go with Keith Mitchell here. His number there, T5, plus 1.8 strokes at 3M. I think that's huge. He hasn't played this course, but he's a guy that's been knocking at the door. I'm going to pull up Keith Mitchell really quickly here. We still got time. He's been playing really good golf, as I just said. He hasn't won since 2019. That was at the Honda Classic. Similar to a lot of these guys on my six pack there, Connor, they haven't won, in the last 3 or 4 years. So, but they're playing their best golf this year. Just looking at Mitchell, his putter's the best. His around the green's been the best since 2017, which is on the Corn Ferry. Everything like this is the best really Keith Mitchell's been playing all year. And they're in his
and this is the best. I think this is a great course for one of these guys to win. Obviously, Rory's that top number, but like we talked about, not too big a crazy field here. The next best guys that we just mentioned were Connors, Henley, Fitzpatrick, Leishman. So I think I'm going to drop past them like you looked at, and the first kind of guys I looked at were Answer and Mitchell around that price, 40-1. Even Gary Woodland. Maybe I stayed off him last week. He was too low for me, but I don't know if even this week. But yeah, those are the guys I'm kind of zeroing in on first.
One more course too. There's only a couple golfers in this field are going to be playing it. That was the championship last year. The FedEx, the Northern Trust was also on a bentgrass terrain greens. He was plus 1.5 last year, T8 at the Northern Trust. So he's definitely comfortable. Keith Mitchell up here. So I had to add him. Like it sucks that his numbers it's 50-1. That's not actually too bad. First round,
he's dropping.
He's dropping there, guys. Shop around. I got this yesterday afternoon, late evening. First round leader 60-1. That's still available. I think he can come out to a hot start. And I have him T20 at plus 290. I like that number 2, top 20 on Keith Mitchell. Number 4 is going to be Jonathan Vegas. I was talking about it early, Connor. Seconds last year at the 3M, T11 at the John Deere, both bent grass. Similar courses, shorter courses, not that long. Vegas, he hasn't played this course, but looking at what he's done over in the Canadian Open too, he was T29, gain strokes on the putting surfaces again. Tee to green, he should be able to take advantage of his distance. And again, another guy that's a really good ball striking. a second shot. Looking at what I'm just going to pull him up really quickly here too, guys, because I don't want to go on about nothing when it comes to Vegas. There, Venezuela's finest. He's around the green. Or sorry, that was just last week. He was T18 at the Valero, 4th at the Punta Cana, T27 at the Valspar. He's been playing very well. His approach and off the tee is actually been the best. It's a smaller sample size, Connor, but it's been the best of his career. Gaining a lot of distance too off the tee. Accuracy is actually half decent. So I think, Vegas, he's got a good chance. And if the course is playing soft, then you're going to have to take advantage of some distance off the tee. And Vegas definitely has that. He has not won two since 2017, I believe, at the Canadian Open. So he has won on a similar course up here on bent grass. So Vegas, I think he's got a good shot.
I agree. And you know what I think his shot is? Not that the value is not great, but top 10, it's like around plus 550. And you can get him near 3-1 plus 2.8, on a top 20, which is fine if you think that's enough for you. Which a top 20 might be too bad, but I'm looking at 70-1. I think he's a flyer. You could throw $20 on something or whatever at 70-1. This is kind of the tournaments he's won in the past. He's playing pretty good golf, and you mentioned how well he's played. On these greens that it's been grass. So he's a guy I was zeroing into, especially at that number.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well said. I got 50-1 on this guy. So I don't. His numbers went up. I don't see why not. I don't know if there's an injury going on because, like I said, on DK, they did have like he wasn't in. So I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't have an injury we don't know about. But
yeah, here's a guy. I was talking about was Paul Casey. I think he's real quickly. He's just been hurt, he's just withdrew from these tournaments. He looks like he's going to play. He's played this tournament great. Even back in 17 when it was here, I think it was a top 10 or maybe right out, but he's played well out here, but and his number's pretty good, but I just don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger with his back. With golfers with back injuries, I think that's what he has I don't know.
I think if he doesn't his approach and his tee to green is really good. It's just him on bent grass. I know in the past he's been really bad. And even these awkward lies, I don't like him around the greens. I just know in the past Casey's been a bit of a problem for me.
And he can't win. Yeah, I mean, this guy's
up here, up here, he's not on any of my stats when it comes to other than tee to green. He is 7th, but he didn't play at the 3M or the John Deere last year. I don't have any stats from the 17-18 Potomac. Canadian Open, he wasn't there as well, or his numbers weren't that good. His par 4 scoring, he's not in the top 15, so he's not a guy I'm really trusting here. A lot of the Europeans I do think are going to do well, but I'm not sure about Casey. Good golfer, but I'm not sure about him here. But yeah, Jonathan Vegas, guys, 50-1. You can now get 70. First round leader, 66. And top 20, Connor. I took a top 20. It's plus 280. I think that's a great number on Jonathan Vegas, top 20. Even a guy that can score. Yeah, guy that can score even if he is, a couple strokes down. So take advantage of the soft course. Number 5 is Seamus Power. I got 40-1. He was 50. I wasn't able to get that. I got 40-1. I think he's 35. Connor was saying 33. His numbers really dropped. Shop around. If you can get 40, guys, I would say jump on that because, I did 50-1 first round leader. This guy's just he fits the mold for this golf course. He won last year as well. He seems to be carrying his form over from last year. He missed the cut, I was saying, in 2019 at the Canadian Open, but he gained 2.0 strokes on the putting surfaces. That's huge. If he just gets that tee to green down, which he's done since 2019, he's what do we have here? Where is he here? No dead time. I know he's in the top 29 here in tee to green stats. Here he is, 25th. So his tee to green's definitely improved since then. He seems to like putting up here. Seamus Power, guys. I also have him top 10, Connor, plus 400. I'm taking Seamus Power he's also in my DK lineups. We're really trusting this guy. Probably one of my favorite players on this card, maybe next to. Really, I like all the players on this card. I think it's a really nice card. I think we get a W if it's not first round or an outright. But yeah, Seamus Power, 40-1, 50-1 first round leader, plus 400, top 10. Number 6, guys, last one on the 6-pack this week is going to be Joel Damon. A bit of my long shot. He was T67 at the 3M. Could have putted a little bit better. He would have had a better number. But looking at Damon, he has played this course. He was T23, Connor, in 2018. So he has had some good experience at this course. And also Damon, he was T8 in 2018's Canadian Open, gaining 0.67 strokes. So he's another golfer that seems to play better up here. Recent performances from the guy are just right now. His approach is solid. Around the green could be a little bit better, but his putting is actually the best it's been in his career. It's been a smaller sample size. What do we have here? 16 starts. That's not too bad. But yeah, his putter has been well. It's going to be transferring over to bent grass. So like I said, you don't want to take too much into that, but his approach and off the tee, he's been a lot of green all over the place. So he's 66-1 first round leader, 66-1 outright too, guys. And also top 20 plus 300 on Joel Damon. Guy can get it to a sneaky first round leader. I could see Joel up there. A guy that's very well can score. A lot of these guys that we have in our six pack, they can score if they make the cut, guys. They're not out of their top 20, top 40, whatever it is we're going to give out here. So yeah, that's going to be the six pack. Corey Connors 20-1, Bradley 35, Seamus Power 40, Keith Mitchell 50, Jonathan Vegas 50, and Joel Damon, old bucket hat 66. I also have a couple top 40s. I'm going with Bo Hostler. A bit of a long shot here on Bo Hostler's accuracy. That could be the only issue, but he's so long off the tee. He actually puts really well up here, Connor. Surprisingly, he was T6 at this event in 2018, Bo Hostler, and he gained 0.7 strokes on the putting surface at 3M and 0.75 at the John Deere. So he loves putting up here. He's been in the mix somewhat. I know at the Valero he was there. So Bo Hostler, top 40, he makes the cut. I think we have a good shot there. He's not going to be in our first round leader, but if you guys want to throw anything on Bo Hostler, I wouldn't blame you. James Hahn is another one here, Connor. A bit of a long shot on James Hahn. He was T60, T46 at this event. He's played it a couple times, and he also gained strokes at the John Deere, 0.41 last time he was on bent grass. So I'm going to take a shot with James Hahn to be a top 40, guys. He's at plus 300. Just a guy that seems that his style of golf, he's not a great golfer, but if he does play well, it's going to be up here, in my opinion, on bent grass green. So one more, also Martin Laird, plus 187. I think he has a chance for top 40, Connor. Another guy, tee to green, he's money in the bank. It just comes down to his putter. Scottish player too. Scottish style bunkers is what I was reading. Course should fit his eye for the most part. Fairways are going to be crucial. He does hit them. It just comes down to his putter. And like Joel Damon, like some of these other guys, Keegan Bradley, Connors, all of them, they seem to put well on bent grass. So Martin Laird, top 40. Also, two more additions there, Connor, on the first round leaders. Martin Laird, 100-1, and Mark Leishman. Taking a shot with Mark Leishman just to come out hot in the first round, 55-1. All
right.
I got some more bets whenever you're ready.
Rip it. Go ahead.
All right. 72-hole matchup bets, guys, and take a little bit of a breath. All right, Martin Laird over Knox. I'm taking Martin Laird over Knox minus 105. Just his style of golf, his putting. It's more of the putting. That's the big thing, guys. Bent grass. I'm going to trust his putting over Knox. Now, Knox is a good ball striker. The wetter conditions will help him, but I'm going to trust Martin Laird here minus 105. Keegan Bradley over Henley. I'm just not going to trust Henley's putting. He's more of a Bermuda style putter. His tee to green isn't bad. We've seen him in the mix before, but Keegan Bradley's underdog too, plus 110. I like him over Henley. Young is another guy I'm fading, does not putt well up here on the bent grass from what I was looking up. Webb Simpson, going back to old Webby here. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but taking Webb over Cameron Young. He's won Rocket Mortgage, which was on bent in the past. This course should help him. It's 7,100 yards, not the longest. He does well on. He's more of a par 4. He's not a par 72, 7,400 golfer. This is more of a course for him. I think he can beat Cameron Young, who cannot putt on this style of golf course, but the wet conditions will help him. I'm still trusting Simpson, guys, plus 100. And then Mark Leishman over Casey. I was saying Casey, I don't trust his putting here or around the green. And also the back issue too. Mark Leishman, his approach and off the tee has been solid all year. And I like Mark Leishman here. Should do fine. That's the 72-hole matchups.
I like it, brother. You gonna bounce? You gonna hang on? I'm just gonna rip through mine real quick here.
All right, I'm gonna bounce here. I'm gonna bounce.
Yeah, you're gonna bounce.
I'm gonna bounce here in just a second. I got actually some more. I was tweeting it. I had a tweet there, and a guy in the chat there was asking about Brandon Wu. I'll let you take over Brandon Wu, or I can do it. It doesn't matter. But Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, the guy just had an unreal Sunday. Does it continue? Some golfers play hot. I'm not going to take him, but yeah, he's a guy maybe to look out for. What do you think?
Yeah, not too much on Wood, to be honest. I haven't seen a lot of him. He didn't come up on too many boxes there from the bent grass up here in the northern style climate. So I don't have too much on him. I'm actually going James Hahn instead, kind of the longer shot. Make the cut parlay though, guys. Connors, Fitzpatrick, Power plus 127. Make the cut parlay. That's Connors, Fitzpatrick, Power, and then DK lineups. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'll tweet all this out to you guys later this evening. Corey Connors. Mark Leishman, Seamus Power, Joel Damon, Lucas Glover.
You can't give out a full DK lineup, brother. Just so you know. That's why I muted your last pick, so you're good.
Sorry about that, guys. So can I give out lineups there, Big Show, or no?
You can't give out a full lineup. You can give out like 3 or 4 plays in a lineup, but DraftKings just really doesn't want to agree with us giving out full lineups.
Okay, I'll give it a couple more here. Fitzpatrick, Power, Simpson, and Kuchar are some other guys that I also like in another match.
Just say you like them.
I like them. Yeah. Backstage, I'm gonna get smacked around, but anyway, well, I'll catch you guys later there. Wells Fargo Championship. Connor's gonna take it over here. I have a 6-pack there. Check it. I'll go over it one more time really quickly here, and then I got to bounce. Connors, Bradley, Mitchell, Vegas, Power, Damon, guys. I really like one of them to come out if it's not first round leader outright. So, yeah, let's cash some tickets. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. PGA Pub Hub, guys, we'll be back next week. Should be a Monday start there, Connor, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And, yeah, rock it, brother. Appreciate it. Take care, guys.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Gogster, Canada's finest from up there. Lefty, as they say. I liked a lot of his selections real quick. I mean, Seamus Power's a guy I circled right away. Answer, Mitchell, Vegas. I looked at guy Cameron Young. I just don't know if I want to pull the trigger in the numbers that well. He's played so well this year, this young kid. I don't know what to make of him, that he's taken a lot of money. He's down to 30 to 1 in a lot of spots. So I don't know if I want to go there. The Mitchell pick was solid. This is a guy who's already won this year, and he bangs it. And Gogster mentioned how well he plays in the par fours, which is going to be huge this week, is Luke List. I mean, he's 130 to 1. I know they didn't play at this course the last few years, but he's just played well here the past few years. T18, it's tied for 9th. Yeah, T6. The guy's super long. If he could just get that flat stick going on this bent grass, I think he's worth a shot. He's 9 to 1, top 10 on Luke List. He was a guy I had. I think Max Homa is decent here in this field. If you're looking for bombs, I had top 20. Brian Harmon, he's a lefty. Speaking of lefties with Gogster, that I was looking at in this field. And other guys was Casey, but I just don't know with his injury if I want any part of him there. Like I talked about Gary Woodlands at a decent number here at 35 to 1. But I don't know if I want to pull the trigger to win. It just seems like this could be anyone's field. There's no one other than Rory coming back. I know Corey Connors is probably up to what now, top 25 in world ranking, but there isn't much around here. Tony Finau played well at, on the weekend on Saturday, Sunday, but I think I'm going to stay off Finau. It's just not good enough here. Some long shots I do like in this field were Wallace 12 to 1, which I used last week. He wasn't good, but Taylor's played really well here. He's almost a 10 to 1 here in this one. I also had Haggy 12 to 1. These are all guys I think I'm going to go top 20 on that are good prices. Nick Watney is a guy that's a top 40 at 4 to 1. He's played well. A guy, he's from Vegas here. He's been on the PGA Tour for forever, but it's kind of losing it. Now I think he's in his late 30s, but he's kind of my bomb. James Hahn was for Gogster. I was looking at Nick Watney as kind of a long shot. I don't blame you, show with Woo. I just, kid's got some talent. He played really, really well on Sunday. And, golf, it's just, these guys sometimes just get hot for 3 or 4 weeks,
Yeah,
and,
I agree with you, Connor. I don't know if he can win it, but top 20 on him, it seems like a pretty solid pick. I think I'm only going to go top 10 and top 20s this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have more of those as well. Like, I think I might just have a few to win. I think I might go with Power. If I got him at 30 to 1, and he's still taking money. maybe Answer, Mitchell, and I mean maybe Vegas. Like I said, just a few bucks. You know, he's 70 to 1 because I just don't love the value of his 10 or 20 to 1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's decent. I mean, it's, you know, he's plus 280, 90, like Gogster said, plus 550 top 10, but he's got to get it. So I think he'd be a guy that I'd leave out maybe that, but take a little flyer, $10 or something, or whatever you can throw on Jonathan Vegas. He hasn't won in a while, but he kind of seems to win these tournaments with the lighter fields. Jonathan Vegas has never won in a stacked field, you know, but this would kind of be the perfect setup where none of the big guns are here other than Rory, and who knows what we're going to get out of Rory. You know, he's so hot and cold.
The only outrights I'm looking at so far is I kind of like Finau at 22. I don't really love the number, but he might finish
he's due
second or third best golfer here though. Like
for sure, he had a great weekend too. That was a good sign. He's been playing better as of late. He's just kicked my ass this year. He's always was a top 10 and even a top 5 bet because he was getting so well, but he couldn't win. So I was top 5, and I mean, I know he won last year, and I think he wins again.
He's a good chaser. He's not a good leader.
Yeah, he's just that flat stick gets him. But those are the guys I'm looking at. I'll have them out as well. There were some other guys who had some decent numbers, but they're nowhere playing. You know, like Wise or even like my old guy Pat Perez. I don't think he's in this. They had some decent numbers just around the courses or in the past here that I was looking at. Max Homa's a guy with an all right number, 40 to 1 around there. Or I mean 30 to 1, but I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger.
I got 4 things circled. I got Finau outright. I'm kind of liking Kuchar at 50 to 1 outright.
Kuchar, yeah.
And then probably all of them top 20, and then Brendan Wu in the top 20.
Okay.
I like Woodland too. Woodland will probably be in a lot of my draft games probably.
Okay, one guy I was looking at who just folded on the weekend. Well, I had the round 1 was Aaron Rye. I need to look up his bent grass a little bit more because I don't know how much he's played on it, his putting and everything there. But he's 80 to 1. He had just that horrible weekend. I thought he was at least in the driver's seat, and I think he was 4 over on Sunday. I mean, he was bad.
Kitiano played well on the weekend too.
He played well. Kitiano did as well. Yeah, they're another not a great field. So, you know, Rahm took it away, man. They kind of he is 4 to 1 or even less.
We knew it. The only way we were going to do it is if somebody come out there and case the first round, and we were able to get some kind of money. We said it last week. Like, bet Rahm. Yeah, only bet Rahm.
Reevy's the only guy who came through for me. So which was decent, but man, it was tough. Tough week. We need to get back on track before the PGA. But I like this week. I don't think Rory wins, and I think we got, especially those guys in this number from the 20 to 80, or even a guy like Luke List. Like, I think it's worth it maybe throwing a few on him. And definitely the numbers top 10, 20, I got to take with him. He's too long. He's too good. He's just, his putter's his problem too. That's just so much to these guys on the tour. It's just, putting's not easy.
Can Seamus find the putter, man?
Him too.
He seems like the guy if he could find that putter.
Exactly. So yeah, I like Power as well. Mitchell, I think, is a good bet. He needs to break through. I mean, that's only been a couple years, but he's a solid top 10 or 20. I think you look at, even if you don't bet him to win. I think he'll be solid there. All right, Joe. Anything else? Well, prize picks out. I will have a few this week too, I believe. I'll have a couple on Wednesday, so we'll have that out and ready to rock. Anything else, brother?
That's pretty much it so far in the early cap.
Cool. Sounds good. We will see you on Wednesday with the prize picks. We'll dig into that, and then of course we'll see you next week. We'll be back on Monday. Gogster I was out of town and he was doing something for work, but we'll be back to the regular Monday next week. We're out of here. PJ Pub. Peace.
We be pubbing.
We be pubbing.